From April 25th through 27th, I went to Nostalgia Con Denver. Now, my first Nostalgia Con of the year, but I do plan on trying to make Anaheim later this year as well. But we got some awesome autographs. They had the biggest guest list I've ever seen when it comes to voice actors. I mean, I gotta be honest, when I first arrived at this event, I got the VIP ticket because I thought the lines were going to be horrendous, even though I was keeping in mind that since there were so many guests, that some of their lines, I mean, can't constantly be full all the time. And I was right about that. It was actually a pretty slow event. I wish I didn't get the VIP, but I do think the Anaheim one will be a lot busier. We got even more items than what you see here because we went hard on the posters. We got everything JSA'd as well. Even a lot of the posters, maybe some weren't, but I mean, everything for the most part is authenticated. It was like $10. They changed the prices. It's a little bit more for Funkos, by the way. I think it was like $12. But let's take a look at all these items individually. Oh wait, first let's talk about the event. Yeah, like I said, it was really slow going there. Lots of really awesome people. I'm gonna throw a list of every single person that was here on screen right there. Let me know who you would go and see, what items you guys would get signed. The first person up is Laz Alonso. The boys did have a presence here. We had Laz, we had Tomer that was supposed to be there. I actually did have the pop ready for Frenchie, but he is going to Anaheim, so I am going to try and bring this and hopefully get this signed in the future because we're trying to grow the boys collection, try and get everyone signed because it's one of my favorite pop lines in general. And autograph wise, let's be honest, it feels kind of elite, even though they do make their autograph runs and convention runs for the boys specifically. But yeah, he was in Avatar 2, which is actually pretty wicked. I'm a huge fan of him. And yeah, this was really cool. So he wrote his autograph on the top, then MM, and then Got Milk. I think that was a pretty standard autograph from him. But I just wanted to go up to him, kind of chat him up for a little bit. And he was a really awesome, chill dude. So yeah, definitely had a good experience with him. I do have the Kimiko signed already, so I decided not to meet her today. And I was kind of thinking of even bringing more items for her from like Suicide Squad or even more stuff from Star Wars. But so it was kind of going to be a huge boys event for me, but I only ended up seeing one of them and meeting him. But like I said, a good first experience. Maybe in the future, if he gets more items, I'll get, or if I want to do a boys poster, I've also been thinking about starting one of those. Next up is Christian Serratos for Rosita for Walking Dead. You may know her from like Ned's Declassified, Selena. I don't know. She's had a few iconic roles, and I hope to see her in more because she's a lot. She gives me like Mikey Madison vibes, and she's a very strong actress. I'm a big fan of her, and I thought she was able to hold The Walking Dead really well after so many of their characters or actors have left the show. She did sign in Sharpie. That was probably because I was going to show this print later with some of the bigger prints, but we'll just do it now. 8x10. Ended up getting one personalized, of course, because I like to do some personalized for some prints, and you'll see that later on today. Blake Hart, Christian Serratos. It looks pretty clean, to be honest. I'm a big fan of this. JSA authenticated. It's cool to add onto the wall for some people that, you know, I feel like have like less items, but oh my gosh, I wish we got more Rosita items for sure. This is the only pop that we have. Actually, it's funny, I could have got this print. Oh, I'll throw a video real quick on the screen of her table. She had a few different prints that were pretty solid, to be honest. One of the outfit of the pop, which is pretty funny. But with one print and one pop into the collection, still trying to grow the Walking Dead collection. Slow and steady wins the race these days for Walking Dead. They all feel elite to me. Go and watch it, guys. It's actually really good, and it finishes pretty strong as well. And there's some iconic episodes, just as big as the Negan Season 7 Episode 1 premiere. The Calm Before and the Storm episodes. You guys, if you know, you know, iconic. But yeah, Rosita was there for that, so she's always a part of some of the best storylines still. Love her, love Christian Serratos, can't recommend her enough. E.G. Daily was actually one of the first people that I ended up going to. I'm kind of telling it out of order. Christian Serratos was actually one of the last people that I ended up seeing at the event. But I was so excited because I have been working on this 3-pack for Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, I know. It's like, am I doing it? This is one of them I'm kind of doing a little bit more because I think it's a cool pop and awesome autograph potential. I mean, I watched a little bit here and there on Cartoon Network, but can't say I watched the show in full, but it is a real strong one, and I totally was going to watch the CW one if they were going to make that. I actually watched the pilot one, which leaked a little while back. But anyways, this is an awesome pop. It's limited to 1,000 pieces, as you guys can see on the sticker right there. We already got Tara Strong for Bubbles, E.G. Daily for Buttercup, so now all we're missing is Blossom. We got it on the JSA authentication as well. Oh man, this is a glorious pop, and getting it signed is so much fun. My experience with her, honestly, I felt like it was a little quick, but she may have thought I was some type of reseller, but no, I gotta be honest, this is going into the collection. This is an awesome piece of history, film history. Next up, we have Allison Court, the first time I've ever met her. So you guys may remember her from the X-Men series, because she did voice from 92 to 97 the OG Jubilee, but then for X-Men 97, the role was cast to Holly Chow, but she does voice, Allison voices Absissa. We actually did finish all the non-pixel X-Men 97 pops, got every single one of them signed, and I actually wish I had the Gambit with me, so I could have got that double signed by Chris Potter, but we will get into a print, X-Men print, in a bit. But for now, wanted to show off the Allison Court Jubilee. So it was really cool because she was like, oh my gosh, I want to write on the side, so hopefully one day you can get the autograph of Holly on the front. So that was really kind of her to do, and that's honestly exactly what I was hoping for. Of course, this isn't technically her version because these are for X-Men 97 specifically, an episode, a specific episode actually as well. So either way, this is cool. It says, like I said, we go way back. And then she also wrote her autograph, Allison Core, and then both character names right there. That is so sick. And she even wrote OG Jubilee. Chris Potter, I believe, also wrote OG Gambit, which was really funny. But I love that they're like super aware of the different voice casting, and they also let me know as well. But this quote does say, living doesn't get cheat codes or extra lives. That is so sick. And she also put some sparkles around both of them. I'm so excited to add this one in the collection because, of course, this is more her character. And if you guys don't know, watch it because the character's origins, of course, is iconic. And everything about how she voices the past, OG Jubilee, and now this brand new character, everything is done perfectly and with a lot of awareness and appreciation to the voice actors and the show in general. So yeah, huge fan of adding these, and I'm so excited to add more, hopefully more X-Men 97 pops signed from the original cast as well as X-Men 97 cast. Next up, we have Cricket Lee, who voices May in Avatar: Last Airbender. Actually, my very first time meeting her, and yes, of course, we added her to the print, which we'll check out in a bit, but oh my gosh, so excited, long overdue. We only really have one, May Witterman for Katara, with a big name left to really meet, and I'm so excited. She was a super great talk for a long time, and honestly, like kind of like heart-to-heart conversation. So she's so sweet. I love her to death. And so I went 3 autographs total, and I'll show you guys the second one. Actually, I'll just show you this one right now. For $20 at her table, though, you could just get like a signed card. You came for just a $20 bill right there on the spot. I was like, easy trade. It is, of course, from this game, which is just more recently come out. But I just think it's a little cool thing to have. I want to add it into the card collection. Hopefully get it graded so it's more encapsulated in the future. Either way, fun little autograph to get for $20. I think it's still a steal. So yeah, didn't get that one authenticated though because it's just a card. It's kind of whatever. Anyways, the quote does say, if I have to clean up one more pile of bear poop, I'm going to throw up. Okay, she does not say it that enthusiastically at all. I don't know why I did it like that. And I love that she wanted to write poop. Good experience, good memories when I look at this pop. So it was totally worth it to get signed. And they were all really happy to see the May pops because she loved letting everyone know that it's now vaulted and hard to get. But yeah, I've honestly just had this one in my collection for a while. And with the card, oh my gosh, big wins all across the board for Cricket Lee. Definitely a must person that you guys got to go visit if she's in your area. And she told me she's definitely in like the Midwest area specifically. So if you're in that area, definitely keep an eye out for her. And if she's not in that area, definitely take advantage of her being out and maybe on the West Coast, East Coast, whatever it is, and definitely go see her because those are definitely more rare appearances, it seems like. Next up, we have Austin Tyndall, another My Hero Academia pop added into the collection. We're just trying to get as many unique characters as possible. This is the best pop line out of every single one. Most variety characters. They did a whole Hot Topic line for Class 1B, so there's a ton of autograph potential within My Hero Academia, and that's what I took advantage of today. And this one does say, be the hero of your own story. Pretty awesome. Okay, we got some character name down below and on the side. Number 1, ASOX. Okay. I don't even remember that bit. It's been a while. This was also my first time meeting Austin, so it was a good opportunity to be able to go get Nito signed, and just because of how unique of a character he is, and definitely one of my faves from Class 1B too. So double win. Now this one was actually a shocker. I was not expecting to see this voice actor, Kent Williams. I didn't know that he voiced Mr. Compress, and of course I had the pop on deck, so I had to go get it signed. One of my favorite pops, and one of my honestly favorite villains from My Hero Academia. Such a cool ability, such a dangerously scary ability. But yeah, he did write in gold up here. A little difficult to see, but it does say, "We don't use bad words in the League of Villains." I just went for a random dealer choice type quote, but he made me choose it anyway, so I ended up choosing that one in gold. It looks a lot better in person, to be honest. Like, I can see it very clearly. Kent Williams in the blue. He also drew a few orbs on there, which is pretty awesome. We also got the character name, Mr. Compress. Yeah, I just am in love with this pop design. Such a unique character. And I'm so stoked because I also got this from the original drop. Just a lot of good memories with collecting this pop and now getting it signed. I'm super, super stoked to be able to add Mr. Compress signed into the collection. Such a good one for the League of Villains. So yeah, unexpected, but total win. All right, now we're done with pops. Now we're just going to get into some unique fun items. And when I say fun items, I mean one movie and a bunch of posters. But let's check it out. Pokemon Heroes, the movie. As you guys may know, if you guys have watching my Pokemon card opening videos before, I am a huge Latios and Latios fan because of this movie. I have them tattooed on my arm, and yeah, oh my gosh, when I was a kid, this movie just meant so much to me, and it still does. They will forever be my favorite Pokemon, so I try and collect as many Latios and Latios items and cards as possible. It's kind of like my Ahsoka, just for a Pokemon young version of me. But I decided to get a few people signed on this. It is just the DVD, and when you open it, you can open the plastic a little bit and pull the cover. Okay, that took me way too long, but pull the cover out. As you can see, we're going to put it back in still because we are not trying to damage this in any way now. But I do plan on getting it signed by hopefully more people. There's a few other voice actors and people that could be added to this, so maybe in the future. But there was a lot of people at this event that starred in this movie, so let's take a look. First up, we got Roger Parsons, who is the narrator of all of the OG Pokemon movies. Oh my gosh, he was so kind. He also said it was only his second convention he ever did, so he's going to be a really rare name, and he's definitely an older guy. I probably should have done more items signed by him. This was the only one I did, but man, he was so sweet, and guys, go see him if you guys get the chance. He's just such a kind soul. And then on top of Roger, we also went to see Tara Sands, who we've seen in the past before, for a bunch of items for Bisky, Hunter x Hunter, Bulbasaur from Pokemon. We even got her on a print already that we got signed by some other people today. But she does voice Bianca in this, who is the character right here. Okay, not many words to the character, but yeah, it was really, really fun. And she was immediately aware. She's like, oh my gosh, this is the Bianca movie. So, yeah, super, super fun to be able to get this one signed by her. But let's take a look at the next two. The next one is Eric Stewart. A lot of people know him for a variety of Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Roles. And he is very quick with it. This one says Brock and James, who he voices in this movie. And he was actually the one that told me to take it out, which thank goodness, because I was going to have them sign the plastic. I'm not even kidding. I didn't know what I was supposed to do, but it is on the official movie poster part, so thank goodness for him. But it was a very quick meet. Not much to it, not a lot was said. He was in the middle of signing literally 100 Blue Eyes White Dragons, so yeah, it was quick meet. But yeah, I have met him in the past before, so it was okay. But if that was my first experience, I might have been a little bit bummed or maybe embarrassed for not speaking up a little bit more. But yeah, he's still a cool guy, and I would still recommend seeing him. But also the last person that we end up getting signed, so 4 different names on this. It's pretty crazy. Megan Hollingsheed, or I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. She does Nurse Joy as well. But in this movie, she voices Annie, who is not on the cover, but she's one of the villains of this movie. And honestly, it was kind of terrifying when I was a kid. But I also got her autograph on another print as well. So we got 4 for the Pokemon Heroes movie. Hopefully, we can add a few more in the future. This is beautiful, though, and this is a super fun project that I just decided to start. And yeah, no regrets. And I did decide to get this JSA authenticated. So it's kind of out of the way, kind of hidden, but there's a little bit of authentication there as well. And then we also did on the inside, when I opened it, I threw the JSA card in there as well. But yeah, this is just one of my kind of older copies of Pokemon Heroes. So wanted to go get this one signed for fun, and I'm so glad I did. You guys always got to go with some of your personal favorites, and this one's going to be in the collection for a long, long time. So we are going handheld now. You may see my reflection. Hello there, friends, in a few of these, because we got all of these posters framed up, but I wanted to share what I got signed, because of course I decided to bring some very, very awesome, at least in my opinion, some awesome posters. So if you guys aren't aware, last year, I think for was it an anniversary for Galaxy's Edge? Oh my god, I'm blanking on the name for a second. But they released 3 posters. I got them all framed immediately. And one of them was Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. And of course, Jim Cummings iconically voices Hondo, and he came back for this project at the parks, which I think revolutionized the parks a little bit. Now we see a lot of the real actors, celebrities, voice actors wanting to come, or at least getting paid to come to the parks and kind of help do voice work and different stuff like that, which is really, really cool, by the way. But yeah, he's definitely getting older, had a little bit of shaky hand, but very, very sweet guy. Have met him in the past, got some awesome Hondo Pops, some cards signed. But yeah, this is a huge 28 by 40 poster, so I had to take advantage because it's one of my favorite. I really hope to be able to put the Galaxy Edge posters all side by side someday in a really cool movie room or something like that. We got so many posters, but yeah, these 3 have got to make the wall one day. But Hondo, Jim Cummings, I asked him to do it nice and big there. Absolutely gorgeous signing. We got the JSA authentication in the corner right there. Yeah, very, very happy about how this one turned out. You guys may have seen this for Star Wars Celebration Japan videos. I'm actually filming this video first, so it's kind of weird. But we did get a few people signed at NostalgiaCon just to kind of get them not out of the way, but we're going to be working hard on this poster. I think it's one of the best Star Wars posters ever when it comes to autograph potential. Official item, absolutely gorgeous. Lots of talent present here, and we got 3 of them today. We got Jim Cummings for Hondo. Yeah, he did cover quite a few people. Put a picture up on the side of who may be missing, or a zoomed up portion of that, because I know Mother Tasman and a few other unique characters that I would hope to sign this poster. They may have to sign up here at the top or down here at the bottom. Let me know what you guys would do when it comes to people covering people accidentally, because of course I knew it was going to be a messy poster because everyone is so tight. We of course got Daniel Logan in this left, who does voice young Boba in the Clone Wars, so that was very clean. He only covered one little droid right there, so I don't know anyone that voices him, but maybe I can look it up in the future if someone voices that droid and have them signed down below. But that's a very good start when it comes to size-wise. Then, of course, I had the VIP ticket, so I had to do D. Bradley Baker. And, I mean, I was after the Jim Cummings, I was going to have him sign near, Rex, or maybe, some of the other Bad Batch members who were hidden in here. 332nd, of course, is one of my favorite clones. But after the Jim Cummings covering a few people, I decided it was probably best just for him to be up in front, because of course D. Bradley Baker, none of this would happen without D. Bradley Baker. He is everything when it comes to Clone Wars. He does such a fantastic job. I would say it's underappreciated, but if you guys really know the voice work and talent that D. Bradley Baker brings to projects, he's incredible. So yeah, fantastic autograph, just in black right there, very clean. A little bit awkward conversation because he was like, oh my gosh, new poster. I was like, yeah, I just picked it up at Celebration, and he was immediately like, oh, Celebration? I wasn't invited. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I've actually, that kind of put me in my place real quick, man. I didn't know what to say after that. But yeah, he's really nice. I've met him a few times in the past. Great experiences, really funny guy. You guys are going to see this poster a lot in the future as we continue to build up the signatures on it. So yeah, come with the journey as it now begins. 1 week, literally 1 week after celebration. Love it. The Invincible poster, season 2 poster, absolutely gorgeous because of the autograph potential, especially with now how some of those characters in the back, if you know, you know, have aged pretty well and made some pretty crazy events. Absolutely fantastic. We already had Grey Delisle, of course, who does Shrinking Ray and Monster Girl. Shrinking Ray is in this. She's right there on Rex's shoulder. But yeah, we did end up getting Fred on this poster as well. He does voice Kill Cannon, such a cool character. The autograph in white looks very clean, a little bit in the background. Yeah, I can't wait to fill this poster up, especially with some of the big names. But honestly, I can't believe Fred did end up voicing him, and it's so cool that he's contributing to some of the biggest projects going around. And of course, oops, I almost pulled out the wrong 8x10. We also ended up getting a second item by him. Like I said, I met Fred in the past, gotten a ton of Pops signed. So it was actually kind of unique to be able to go and get a few posters done. He does voice Brutus, though, in Skeleton Crew, and he now had the print at his table. This was an absolute must cop. I love Skeleton Crew, anything Star Wars as well. Of course, I'll always try and add to the collection. And they need to make a Brutus Funko Pop. They need a second wave, would be fantastic. The ship is all yours, Captain. Oh my gosh. And he had a lot of fun. We talked about him getting the role and stuff for Skeleton Crew, and it was because of some of his connections from the past and other people that he worked with. And it was just super, super cool to hear about how he got that. I was curious if it was, yeah, because of that, or if it was because of maybe he was close to Filoni or something, or someone that was working on the project. I don't know. Maybe Star Wars, the connection's absolutely unreal, but they know how to find a talent. And then of course they did, oh yeah, I guess Brutus had a completely different voice, and they filmed it one way and then he ended up dubbing it with the voice that you hear now in Skeleton Crew, to make it a little bit more animalistic. Before, it wasn't as growly and rocky as much, which is very, very interesting choice that they did end up doing that. But very, very cool character. I'm excited to add both of those Fred autographs into the collection. Growing Invincible poster and the nice Skeleton Crew add-on. And next up, I actually wanted to share Star Wars Rebels Wedge Antilles. If you guys don't know who voices him, it is Nathan Kress, who's Freddy and iCarly. And oh my gosh, growing up watching that show, it's so cool that he was able to voice such a unique, iconic character from the original trilogy in animation form. And guess what? Nathan Kress also told me that he just signed an NDA at Nostalgia Con Denver, literally in the other room, right when I met him early Friday. But that could have meant only one thing, because I just went to Celebration and it wasn't any of the projects that was just announced, and then he said it wasn't anything that was in the works, so it has to be another Tales story for Wedge Antilles or something like that. Either way though, Nathan Kress is coming back to voice Wedge Antilles again, so I'm super stoked. Definitely going to be checking out that project, and I think that was a smart move by them for sure. But definitely spread that word, because I don't know how many people know that, because yeah, he told me, and I don't know if I don't know if I was supposed to share that or not, to be honest. Either way, we're going to. So next up, we have our Pokemon, the poster that we've been working on for a really, really long time. This is a personal project. As you can see, we got our name by everyone on it, and a lot of these are from the past. All right, at the top here, we got Stuart Zagnit, who voices Professor Oak. It does say to Blake. The frame kind of cuts it off, kind of a shame. Kind of same with this one, but oh well, it's just, we can always change frame in the future if we want. Okay, so Holly, who we also got on the other Pokemon Heroes video we got for Nurse Joy to Blake. Like I said, it cut off a little bit, but that's okay. We got the character name of Nurse Joy as well. Oh, I love this poster. It's just so cool, and it's so filled up now. It warms my heart. And then another person we ended up getting. Okay, this one was a little unique, but this was Michael J. Hagney, and he voiced like a lot of like the few Pokemon of Ash's Pokemon in the original series, pretty much. And one of them was, of course, Ash's Charmander. So he wrote to my Pokepal Blake, Michael, and then Charmander in orange. And he wrote his last name, Hagney. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. But he also did kind of write it right over the PSA, which I thought was kind of funny. But either way, I added them to a JSA in the opposite corner. But this is such a cool poster for me, and yeah, I'm happy to be able to continue to grow that, and now it's going to be on the wall. Not sure if you guys are actually going to see this one pulled out again. I don't know for who. If anything, there's a lot of people who voiced Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and Charmander throughout the years, and Pikachu, so maybe we could explore some of those options. But yeah, maybe not for a while, but hopefully I do a poster video and you'll see this one at some point on the wall, which is pretty awesome. And here we are finally at the X-Men print that I talked about a little bit earlier, by the OG voice actors for all of them. And this print was totally unexpected to get. With the VIP ticket, I ended up getting a few freebie, like t-shirt, like a little backpack, I think a mouse pad, and we got to choose a print, which they very, very smartly chose all prints of like the voice actors there, so you go get stuff signed. And I had to do the X-Men one because I felt like I had the least amount of items for them. So this was a really cool project that I did on the side, but an expensive one nonetheless. So we did meet Lenore Zahn once again, who does Rogue. That beautiful yellow paint pen. It's a little smeared, to be honest. Hey, Blake Sugar. Love Lorazan, aka Rogue. Beautiful, beautiful print. I think that's pretty awesome. And then next up we have Jubilee, of course, Allison Court, and she wrote to Blake. Does a mall babe eat chili fries? And that one's really cool. I love Allison. She was so sweet. So we got Chris Potter, and as you guys may notice, okay, so I think what happened is that we were just talking for a little bit, and you like took off the sticky note that said like to Blake on it, so I totally, or my personalization or whatever the sticky note was, and we got to talking, and I didn't even notice, to be honest, until like way later. I put it back in the frame. So yeah, he didn't write to Blake, which is okay. But the quote is pretty cool. He says, with style, mon ami, with style, Chris Potter. And then not only, which was really cool with this, is that for Jubilee, Allison Court, of course, says OG. So she wrote OG Jubilee, and Chris Potter ended up writing Gambit OG. So I don't know if that was like planned or not, or if Chris Potter's just writing like the OG Gambit as well. Because if you guys don't know, I believe there's 3 voice actors for Gambit. So we have one for seasons 1 through 4, which was Chris Potter. Then we have another someone coming for season 5, and then a brand new voice actor, of course, for X-Men 97. So Gambit is getting quite the works when it comes to voice acting talent. But either way, that's a pretty cool item. But that definitely got me excited because I now hope to get Chris Potter and the other second voice actor as well to sign the Funko Pop. I think that would be just a very, very unique guy, a very unique situation with the character. Either way, though, I thought this print was pretty sick, so I'm happy to add that one into the collection. And then the last bad boy that we decided to get done right here, of course, is Avatar: The Last Airbender, and that was Cricket Lee. So, like I said earlier, she loves to write quotes, and she really wanted to do one relating to Zuko here. So I was like, the only person to do quotes, so it kind of looks a little out of place. I was iffy on it, but she was just so excited. I was like, okay. Honestly, I'm a sucker for her. She was such a lovely person. Saving the jerk who dumped me because she was like looking right at Zuko. Cricket Lee, May. Yeah, that's a pretty unique one. But yeah, the only person who, ironically, is May Whitman for Qatar is the only person. Everyone else we got. So this poster is looking absolutely gorgeous right now. I still think maybe the quote looks a little out of place. But yeah, like I said, it was free. She was like very, very enthusiastic to do it. So I mean, when I look at this, all I'm going to see is awesome memories. Maybe if someone ends up stealing, or I end up passing, this ends up going in someone else's awesome collection, then it might feel a little out of place. But either way, I think it's a good story. At least that's the origins for it. But that does pretty much sum everything up for Nostalgia Con at Denver. What a fantastic convention. I don't think I said this earlier, but there are 2 other conventions going on at the same time at the Colorado Convention Center. So there's a lot of people going around, but not everyone was at Nostalgia Con. Like I said, it was pretty chill. You could get tattoos there. There were lots of vendors there. I mean, it was a good time, but for the most part, I'm happy just getting a bunch of autographs. As you guys can tell, it's kind of my vibe. And if you guys want to check out some more autographs, check out down below, because we got a playlist full of different autograph conventions. Other than that, have a fantastic rest of your day, my friends, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!